go back to color space, all the colors. Brown, green channel should be a tail. Yes, that's why we call that tail. So we can use, let's move these textures on the side here as a references. C, Ctrl V. So that's our tail. Green channel. So we can take our brown color as a base. That's a light brown, and then on top of that we can introduce our red brown, and we have a mask for that in a red channel, and then we can put our white on top. This is our white. White mask. We can see this one. So this is blending between two different colors, absorption colors. We can use also a percentage and then make that individually. Every hair would be either white or either a light brown, so there will be no colors in between. The difference, as we demonstrate before, it's very hard to see here. If we snap this and if we do mask, so now we can snap this one, and if you compare these two, you will see that using a percentage gives us a little bit more interesting breakups. This is our white for the chest. Let's see what else we have here on the green channel. That's the stripes, so we need to add them too. And in the blue, it's a back, so the back will come on the end. So let's add screen, and let's connect this two, and let's also add clump. We don't want values bigger than 1 and smaller than 0. We will color that as our output. Let's move this a little bit. So let's add now black. That's our black for a layer. Let's put percentage to 1, and let's see what we have here for black. 0502. Okay, that's our black, and let's take our black there. Let's see what we have. So that's our black stripes in a red. Let's see what we have in a green. That's the top and side. And also what we have in a blue. It's around the eyes and whiskers. Okay, so let's do screen. Clump. Connect that there. And we will need some remapping to reduce the percentage of those. So this is all of them together. Now we need to add remap to control that a little bit better. Let's make space. So let's reduce this one a little bit. Stripes 95. So this one 07. So strong. E, and this one 08. What we can do also, we can go closer. That is, let's see for now, and add the white layer on top. So we need one more white layer. Let's make a space here and add one more. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. But what we want here is only blue channel. Don't need this ones. Let's connect that one. So we need beam up, and we also need clump. So I need to reduce here the input 0.7. what else? We need to go here and we will try to make the same pattern that we have on the tail. So we have under our brown and then a black and then the tips. So let's reduce the position and create a little bit of fade. We need to move this layer under the black because it goes on top of our black stripes. That would be easy. Reconnecting this one here, then injecting that one there. Let's move that here, connect that one there, like that. Start the render. So now we need to rebalance a little bit. Our black on top here, maybe too strong. So 0.2, 3. Let's check another lights and see how that looks. So our setup, we have a turntable rotation. We locked the animation to this pose. Let's actually look to the camera. Okay, so it seems that we need a little bit more color in these whites. That is 00302, or maybe it's just too strong. Reducing the output for the percentage, so it's 90% of them there. We do half, too much. We do 7. We need more black. 5. We need more whites, longer ones. 3. Add that a little bit more. Let's reduce percentage. 65. These black ones. Need more whites, because the whites are under the black and the black gets introduced more, then it covers the whites. Let's also change here a seed and a little bit of fall off. So what we did on the body here, we trying to create the same pattern on top where we have a brown under and then the black goes on top. That's why we have a position here. Set it up. Maybe even less, and also reduce a little bit. Checking diffuse, specular without specular, just to see better what's going on in the color. Okay, so we also need to add a little bit more redness to this part, make that a little bit stronger. Okay, let's check this guy under some other light rig. Maybe that would be too much. Let's add a little bit of redness in our light brown. A little bit darker, and let's make red brown even more darker, like that. Now we need to extract all whites, and we have here mask output, so we can do screen. Let's pause the render, and this is our other one, and let's do a clump. So what we are doing here, just to demonstrate, we are extracting everywhere where we have whites, and also we need that from the tail. Take that mask. We actually need a mix to remove from this layer to take only the tail. So let's do mix. Take this ones. That one can stay 0. Perfect. We want to drive our shader differently on white here and on the color one. Now when we extracted all our whites, we want to control differently a medulla phase in our shader. We want to pass more light through the whites than reflect the light from the hair. Let's connect that to medulla phase. So now we have extreme. So everywhere, we need also to add remap here. So now the whites, the old one was 0.16, So everywhere where the black is, it's a color. We want that to be 116, and everywhere where the whites are, we want that to be 04. Wait a little bit. Let's snap this. So this is what we had before we add changes in whites, and this is now. And also we made the brown a little bit darker. Now what we need to do, we will add a little bit of randomization in the specularity from 0 to 0.5. And let's also see how we can add a little bit of randomization everywhere in a color, so that every hair would look a little bit different from the other one. What we want to do now is to multiply random values with our absorption output here. So let's visualize our absorption color first and go a little bit closer like that. So what we need a multiplier like that. We need USD Primvar reader for our ID from the hair, and we need random float, and we will plug that into the seed. What we will have there, let's look at that first. That would be completely random values on our hairs. So now what we want to do is to multiply whatever is coming from absorption to that. So this is too extreme. We don't want that much difference. So what we will do, we will go into our random float, and if we set this to 1, that would be the same value that is coming from our setup. So we want to reduce some of them, maybe 20%, and some of them to be higher, 20%. So find a balance between having something dark and bright. So now we did a little bit of randomization everywhere. So all the values are a little bit darker and brighter. Let's plug that to our shader like that. Let's wait a little bit. Let's do a snap. Very small difference. This is how much you want to go. You don't want to do too big manipulations. Let's demonstrate how that could look. So if we set here, let's say 0.1 and 0.9, we are still keeping the balance, but when we go closer, then that difference becomes much stronger. Let's snap this and then reduce this to 8 and 2. Let's do a snap here and do the comparison. So this is smaller difference, this is bigger difference. You can see that we have lots of white individual hairs here that we actually don't want. Let's go and prepare our scene for the first turntable, where we will see the character, how it responds on the different light rigs and different light situations, and make evaluation of it, and maybe come back and readjust textures or readjust shader or fur if it's necessary.